Hey, good morning. Uh, Good morning. Such a beautiful day, and just coming in to maybe we have another discussion on. And this time, I just want to address my fellow men. Um, there are times it's common, almost common that most of the men don't do house chores, and we we tend to leave that to either our wives, our sisters, our mothers, and I don't want to blame ourselves, because most of the time when we grew up, the people who are our age, when we grew up, it was our mothers doing most of the stuff, and our sisters. Why? Because in my case, I remember I never saw my dad home like for 2 months consecutively, because he was away working. The time he'll be home, it's the time he's on leave. So most of the things at home, most of the cooking, the washing, and all that, the house chores, will be done by my mom. So we mostly we saw that as a common practice, and like the normal thing to do. It's for mom and my sisters to do all the chores and washing and cooking. But the times have changed, and now we're living in a modern world where um, mostly where someone is working is where the family is, and uh, mostly you'll find that you're going to work and coming back home in the evening. So it's just common sense that we take part in daily house chores, because now imagine I come home from work, and that time is my wife is leaving for work, and the kids need to eat. The house is dirty. The dishes are in the sink, they need to be washed. So it will be abnormal for me to say I'll wait for my wife to come from work and do it. So naturally, I'll just find myself doing it. So that is how it's supposed to be. But the culture that we've been brought in, and the environment that we were brought up in, so it was dictating that only the women will be available to do those chores, which was understandable, because that was the setting where the man was never home, was always out in the either in the city or away to work. Yeah, but I feel like it's a blessing that we can now have our families together. Even when you are working, you're coming back home to your family. Unlike especially back at home, and okay, save for some professions which dictates that someone has to work far away, or yeah, someone, if you get a job far away, and it's you can't, it's impossible to travel with your family, it's understandable. So that is a setting that you will find your children growing in. But I just want to challenge the men who are in such situations, that when you go home, just participate. By you participating in house chores and doing 1, 2, 3 at home, you are teaching your children something, that someone has to do something. That like someone, it has to be like teamwork. But if you don't do, if you come home after, and yeah, you can come home for leave and or some off days. Yeah, first day, maybe second day, you're just recovering and just blending in. But when you're done recovering, you get on, you can do all the chores, do the cleaning. And the problem here is that we we want to catch up with friends, and we forget that those friends have been with their families all through. So it's our time to blend with our families by engaging. And when you engage in doing stuff at home, you find that you draw your family closer, and your children will learn from you more, because they want to see, why is dad doing this? Why is it? It's something like they want to know, and we all know that children will copy what you're doing. So if you come home and sit on the sofa and put your legs on the coffee table and take a remote control and just changing channel after channel, you find that that's what your son will be doing, or your children will be doing, because they are copying what you're doing, because they believe that dad is always right or mom is always right. So whatever we do, we have to consider that we are impacting something in our children. And that is why I thought this was a good discussion. And it's something that we learn every day. And if someone has like a different view of how to maybe blend with the family, I know some people will say we go out once in a while. But yeah, going out is one thing, and then participating in family matters is another thing, because you don't want to be seen as if you are disengaged in family matters, like in family happenings. Like, yeah, if you are eating, you are the man, you are eating and you finish with your plate and you sit there or just leave your plate on the table. That is what your son will do, because he is copying what dad is doing. He's copying. If you wake up in the morning and you don't even bother to brush your teeth, how do you instill that into your son or your kid, that go brush your teeth? Yet you yourself, you're not brushing your teeth when you wake up. You're waking up and not making your bed, and waiting for your wife to come and make bed, yet you're the last person to come out of that bed. I always say that if someone is the last person to leave somewhere, you make that place a better place than you found it. And that's some of the challenges we face, and we don't acknowledge them. But in the long run, they are affecting our families, they are affecting our children. So let us just do what we can so that our families can live in harmony. And yeah, we keep learning. We keep learning. So if someone has like any other tips, you can leave in the comments so that we know how to deal with these things. Some of the family challenges are the waters that haven't been chanted. So we need new. Someone said that iron sharpens iron. So we need someone with a different experience to tell us, so that, and another one to tell us, and so we share, so that we make this world a better place. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.